Welcome to Open Whispers channel. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you want to be getting notifications each time we upload our videos, remember to click on the bell sign. That will enable you to get notification each time a new video is made. Whenever secret whispers turn to open whispers, the tyrant knows that his time is up. Once again, the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Osinbajo, never ceases to amaze me with one of his famous speeches he made while addressing the elites. He said that he could keep quiet and say nothing and hoping that things will get better, that he will get to a point of no return. It will continue to get worse and worse and worse. When the present administration campaigned to be in power against the opposition, then People's Democratic Party of Nigeria, they were quick to say too many things that were wrong in Nigerian system. But they couldn't, as we found out today, say the solutions to the problems. During one of the acceptance speeches given at the Democratic National Convention during the Obama quest to become the President of the United States of America, he said, and I quote, "You do not elect me to tell you what you want to hear, but you elect leaders and elected me to tell you the truth. And the true leadership is marked by candor, somebody who is able to always tell you the truth, regardless of how bad the situation is. By doing that, you are establishing a kind of trust between the governed and those governing the people. That enables even the government programs to progress with trust. The people will learn that whatever the government is telling them is the truth." In Nigeria today, the face of Lai Mohammed, the Minister for Information and Culture, means too many things to too many Nigerians. Too many people, once he comes on air, they turn off their TV because it's a face that has remained consistently inconsistent in what he does, in the way he tries to defend the administration. And to my opinion, he does it very poorly. I believe Nigeria can do better than handling that man such a sensitive position. He has painted Nigeria real bad. I remember that in 2015, Lai Mohammed was quick to call a world press conference and told the world that Boko Haram has been technically defeated. We know better today. When the squabble between the herdsmen and the farmers across the country raged, especially in Benue or in the Middle Belt, Lai Mohammed attributed the problem of herders and farmers to climate change. Today we know better. Lai Mohammed has been quick to compare agitators in the Nigerian state to Boko Haram and bandits, to an extent that he even says that bandits pose less evil to all those secessionist groups. All the antecedents of Lai Mohammed, especially recently, when the NSA report leaked to the world. Remember that the NSA protest erupted when the youth took to the streets to protest not just against police brutality. They protested against everything they felt was wrong with the Nigerian system. And in return, while they carried Nigerian flag and sang the national anthem, they were shot at, they were killed, and videos were made, live videos that you cannot deny. Lai Mohammed was quick to deny that nobody died. A lot of inconsistencies erupted in their speeches and presentations. First of all, the Lagos State governor denied that he ordered Nigerian troop to go to the Lekki gate. The troop denied that they shot live bullets at the protesters. After denying that they were not there, they accepted, oh, we were there, we didn't shoot any live bullets. The Attorney General of the Federation said that it was hoodlums in military uniform that shot at the protesters. The inconsistencies in their presentation, deniers, continued. And it didn't surprise any when at the end of the day, the Lagos State governor accepted that it was only 2 people that died during the EndSARS protest. The soldiers in return fired back and told him that he was a coward for denying that he ordered them to go to the Lekki gate. Today, the EndSARS report came out. It was leaked. Another spokesman for the government came out to say, rightly, that the government of the day will wait to see the white paper before they will react. Lai Mohammed came back from his tour where he went to demarket Nigeria and not marketing. Because no serious investor will see that face and see the inconsistencies in how he presents the policies of the president's government will be serious and come to Nigeria to invest. And that's why I'm asking, is that man the true poster boy of this administration? Is he doing the job very well? It forced me to dig deeper to find out who Lai Mohammed was. And the little search I did told me or showed me that he graduated and got BA in French and studied law. Because whenever you speak in public and people turn to ask, which school did you attend? What is that man's qualification? That is when you know that something is wrong. I found out that his people in 2003 or so rejected him from being the governor of Kwara State. Rightly so. If such a man could consistently go on air and deny what is obvious against the shedding of innocent Nigerian youth, the leaders of tomorrow, the future of Nigeria, the people who all over the world, through their music, artistry, and so many endeavors, are known to be champions, except in Nigeria. Is that the best Nigeria can boast? Lai Mohammed, I am asking you this. What happened to the money that was found at the Ikoyi apartment? Nothing has been heard about that money today. What about the former chairman of Economic Crime Commission, EFCC, Magu? A panel was set up to probe him. He was told to step aside. What has happened to his case? What about the Electricity Regulatory Commission, where a massive looting was discovered to have taken place, where against the president's directives, the chairman and the members of the commission have diverted public funds to buy private properties and vehicles for their wives and spouses? What has happened to that case? What about the Niger Delta Commission auditing that was promised to come out, or in 6 months? Oh, sorry, the NNPC report. What has happened? These are questions begging for answers. Remember that you were quick to paint the opposition party then to have been responsible for every bad thing that has happened in Nigeria, rightly or wrongly, when you went on air to claim that you had the names of 53 corrupt Nigerians who looted the economy dry, that you were ready to publish their names. When confronted, what did you come up with? Few names of the opposition party members. Is that truth? Is that how you lead? Why I was watching the TV today, I saw the headlines that the governor of Anambra State has been placed on the EFCC watch list, and I shook my head. What a coincidence. And it came at a time where the Attorney General of the Federation threatened to declare state of emergency before the Anambra election. And the governor quickly ran to the president. And the president said that he never authorized such a thing. The election came and has gone successfully. Now, he is on economic crimes watch list. Lai Mohammed, what about Kogi State, where more than 19 billion bailout fund meant for the payment of workers' salaries was kept in a private account to yield interest while the people died, while the people stayed hungry, and the EFCC quietly closed that case and declared that the money has been paid back to central bank account. Did anybody place Yahaya Bello on the watch list? This is not how to develop a nation. But I don't blame you or anybody who appointed you. The problem I found out with Nigerian system is they play politics with the people's lives. You don't have a rewarding system and mix up the art of governance and art of party politics. Lai Mohammed, you must have done well as the spokesman of APC, but you are not doing well as the spokesman for the present administration. You don't paint the Nigerian government as a lying government, where if they say yes, people see it as no. Or when they say white, people see it as black. That is not how you attract investors to Nigeria. Lai Mohammed, I think you can do better than that. For you to have described the leaked NSA report as a tale by moonlight is not only despicable, but sad and does not show any hope or closure for more than 10 people that were killed during the NSA protest. I'm only telling you that, and all those who care to listen, when a secret whisper of a people turn to open whispers, there is danger. There is fire on the mountain. To the Nigerian populace, we cannot continue colluding with these failed politicians to give Nigeria a hopeless situation. A tyrant cannot succeed without the collaboration or cooperation of the abused. Again, the Vice President of Nigeria said that if we keep quiet and say nothing, hoping that things will get better, it will get to a point of no return. Olu Soyinka, in his book, The Man Died, said that if we do nothing when the time of action calls most, that we will not be doing ourselves better. That I remind you that a man dies in he who keeps quiet in the face of tyranny. We cannot continue encouraging these politicians to take our sensibility for granted. A time for action has come. Make sure you use your vote wisely and reject these failed politicians. This is Open Whispers. Thank you.